inravio.com.
And welcome to the weekly show. We got a little preempted, but we're here and
Got all
moving
my
right
papers
along.
shuffled.
So what's happening? How was your weekend?
My weekend was fine. I don't remember. What did my weekend happen? I don't remember.
We Spooky Walk. Where were you?
Yes, Spooky Walk. I didn't get to go through. I hear that this is the best one ever. That's what they told me. I heard it's the best one in all
Oh,
of
yeah,
the years.
that-
What is it? 28 years?
25 years.
25 years?
25
I like it better
years,
when it
but
was 28.
I'm guessing right now it's all perfected because, man, they're steaming right along, huh?
That's right. That's right. And
So Friday and Saturday.
yes, it's the last weekend. If you want to go, you got to go this
Absolutely,
weekend.
this
Otherwise, you're going to
weekend.
miss it for an entire year.
That's right. Arrive by 7. 7 to 9, you got to get in there. And, yeah, it's a good hour to get through there. But, I mean, there's so many organizations and so many different things. You go through the woods. There's houses. There's haunted houses. Multiple ones that you go through. There's, you know.
Scary stuff. People going to
Everything.
scare you and things that jump out at you,
Yeah.
big things that scream at you.
Yeah, great for the kids, great for the adults. And, you know, there's, you know, all the proceeds benefit to Camp Aquatics. So, and it's a camp for kids with disabilities. Special needs and things. So you can, it's a great thing, you know, it's $15 a head to get in, but it's a great cause. And, you know, there's food, there's, you know, shiny stuff, you know, stuff that lights up that you can take in with you and have a ball. When you come out, Village Music Shop is playing some tunes for you.
You can dance.
They're not a DJ, they sell guitars, instruments, and things like that. It's a full-service music store with lessons and whatnot. But they're providing the music, and, you know, people dance and have a hell of a time, and there's lights and, you know, whole dance floor on the
food
outdoor.
and candy apples and homegrown corn.
Yeah.
Local grown, not homegrown. Local grown corn, which is
Right.
amazing.
The corn that they have, and they have the hot apple cider I love. I never really had it before Spooky Walk.
I'll have to heat up some
like
apple
it.
cider for you at home.
Really? Yeah, I never had it before, but the hot apple cider is very good. And hot chocolate, you know, all the stuff. And T-shirts and things. But the idea is that all the proceeds benefit Camp Aquatics. So it's a great cause, and it's Friday and Saturday in Center Ridges, New York. You can go to spookywalk.com for more info.
Right. But we need to like steam along here because we have so much to cover.
I know, there's a lot to cover.
Stupid news like nobody's business. We got stuff going on with 5 Off, 5 On. We got an interview with Jay Bird, is that right?
Jay Bird
from the Long Beach Film Festival.
Long Beach International Film Festival.
We've got a segment from Glory Days. We got so much to talk about, and I got some great stupid news. Oh,
Right.
yeah, terrific stuff.
Tons of stuff.
Yes. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to get right into it. So stick with us. We'll be right back.
Absolutely.
Hey, this is Chris Les Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
This is Joe Larson. You should check out the 505 on Racing Show live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or catch us on video on demand anytime, 24/7, only on the InRavio TV network.
Village Music Shop of Mastic. 1-800-HEY-DUDE, your full-service store with personalized attention, school band instrument rentals and sales, music instruction on all instruments for all styles and age groups, for guitars, drums, amplifiers, PA systems, and accessories. It's Village Music Shop, 1495 Montauk Highway in Mastic. Call 1-800-HEY-DUDE or go to villagemusicshop.com. The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
What's up, guys? We're Scared No Fair, and we're here with InRavio. If they catch you at a show with one of these bracelets, you will win $100.
That's a lot of money.
So get a bracelet.
Do whatever it takes to get that. Hit them up online.
Hey, I'm Raul Panther.
And I'm Commander B. Hawkins.
And I'm Merch Weller. We're some of the proto men. If we see you without this bracelet, you're punching the But if you have this bracelet from InRavio.com, you can win $100.
Put one of these on, or else.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Thanks to Jack Scucciarini, our drone operator, for that awesome footage.
I want to fly a drone.
He's getting some crazy footage.
It looks so cool, I want to do it.
Yeah, good guy.
I'll probably crash into everything, but I want to do it.
I hear they're pretty easy to fly, but you know.
That's right, I'll crash. I crash into
All
stuff
right.
when I walk, so why wouldn't I crash into stuff when I
There you
fly? Anyway, all right.
Drone, dead.
Yes. As always, we have lots of stuff. And this week in sports was as thrilling as ever. Let's catch up on everything we missed in this week's Glory Days 2-minute warning.
Hello again, everybody. We're Bruce and Disco from the Glory Days Show, and this is your InRavio Sports 2-minute warning.
Fantasy sports have become so common in this country over the last decade or so, one wonders how people enjoyed sports before their existence. Millions of people participate in fantasy sports leagues for football, baseball, basketball, hockey, golf, tennis, you name it. They can make it fantasy sport about anything. Fans get together, draft players from different professional teams to be on their roster, and then they compete with other fans. They've drafted similar teams with their own players. And based on the stats those players accumulate, if the guys on my team score more than the guys on your team, I win. Get it?
Everyone seemed happy with that arrangement until people got lazy and realized that it was a big commitment to pay attention to your team over the course of an entire season. Submitting your lineups, making trades, picking up players on the waiver wire, all the things that give you, the fan, the experience of being a general manager. If I had to guess, the biggest complaints came from fans that were getting their heads handed to them each week by their fantasy owners that were taking their time to learn how to play the game. Nobody likes to lose, and there is nothing worse than starting your fantasy season 0-5 and staring at 11 weeks of misery. Enter the daily fantasy games.
Well, someone came up with the idea of using the same general principle of fantasy sports, selecting players to accumulate points. But instead of being saddled with bad decisions for an entire season, you get to wipe out your mistakes, and you pick a new team every time. You compete head-to-head with other fans in the contest, but the winners get actual money every week. You must select enough players who have a predetermined salary to fill out your roster without exceeding the salary cap. The salary cap might be $25,000, so all 15 players you select must have salaries combined that don't go over that cap. The two most popular daily fantasy leagues, which are DraftKings and FanDuel, offer prizes up to $1 million each week. And for a small fee, you can join any public contest. And if you want, you can create your own private contest for just your friends. Either way, the winners get money every time.
These companies must be making quite a bit of dough because they're offering weekly prizes of $1 million. And they are. They're also heavily advertising on all major sporting programs for major sports and sports networks like ESPN and Fox Sports. But what if these leagues weren't on the up and up? What if the employees working for one of these companies were gaining an advantage by looking up what everybody else was betting on, then going to the other guy's site and putting in their fantasy lineup there? Sounds like stock market insider trading, doesn't it?
Yep.
Well, that's just what happened when DraftKings employee went on to FanDuel, entering a weekly contest and won over $350,000. Now the state attorney general and the feds have gotten involved. ESPN is pulling their advertising, and the state of Nevada has banned them from operating. Tune into the Glory Days show this Saturday and every Saturday as we follow up on the story and give you the juicy details.
You can get the lowdown on what's happening in sports on the Glory Days show with Bruce and Disco every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. in the East, only on the Enravio TV network. This has been your Enravio Sports 2-Minute Warning. I'm Paul Discofani. That's Bruce Oler, and you have been warned.
Thanks, guys.
Actually,
Good
that's
job.
actually really cool. Now there's a game, a fantasy game for the attention challenged, like me. I couldn't do that for an entire season.
Is that because the sports are that boring and they need something else to do?
No, I don't know. I don't think it's just, yeah, like he said, Dave, you got to
else.
follow the thing for the entire season.
It's
it gets
a lot.
old.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Do it for one day, done. That's me. I can do that.
Sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it does.
But thanks, guys.
Yes. All right.
Very interesting.
So it's about that time where we check in and see how far society has fallen in this week's stupid news. All right. A numismatics firm has, wow. Okay. Numismatics firm has confirmed that a photo bought for $2 at a California antique shop features Billy the Kid and could be worth up to $5 million. God, I wish I had that find. The firm Kagan's said the 4x5-inch tintype shows Billy the Kid playing croquet in the summer of 1878 alongside members of his gang, the Regulators. I would never picture him playing croquet. Analysts said the photo, which may have been taken at a wedding, was authenticated earlier this month after more than a year of research. A year on 4x6 inches. Kagan's senior numismatist, David McCarthy, said when we first saw the photograph, we were understandably skeptical. An original Billy the Kid photo is the holy grail of Western Americana. We had to be certain that we could answer and verify where, when, how, and why this photograph was taken. Simple resemblance is not enough in a case like this. A team of experts had to be assembled to address each and every detail in the photo to ensure that nothing was out of place. After more than a year of methodical study, including my own inspection of the site, there is now overwhelming evidence of the image's authenticity. That's amazing. To find a picture from that long ago.
That's still intact and in good shape.
Well, it's a tintype, so it's actually metal. It's not a paper
But the
picture.
fact that, you really think Billy the Kid would be playing croquet
No.
anywhere, wedding or not?
No. No, I
Let's
see
see-
him more of a horseshoes kind of guy.
I see more of him throwing the croquet ball up in the air and shooting it. That's,
Pull.
spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah, throwing up there, spinning the gun. Pew,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
back in the holster type of thing.
Right. Yeah, that makes more sense to me.
That's like, hey, we caught Billy the Kid at a pool party at a wedding. It just doesn't,
No. But all this makes me want to go scour thrift shops. I mean, a $2
Really?
purchase for $5 million? Oh, yeah.
And how many thrift shops you don't think didn't figure that out already?
Well, they figured it out now.
Yeah.
So much for that. They just ruined thrift shops for me after they ruined garage sales how many years ago?
Yeah, well, today with the internet, most people are pretty savvy. That is a very, very rare find,
Yeah.
period, no matter how you slice it or dice it. Most people probably would have thought that something like that was fake or a remake
Probably just
or
an
something.
old picture.
Maybe, and didn't even know it was Billy the Kid, something like that.
Yeah.
Very possible.
Yeah.
Well, a New Jersey firm said its Palm Pistol, a gun specifically designed for women, seniors, and the disabled, particularly those affected by arthritis, and is triggered by a button pressed by the thumb instead of an index finger trigger, and will be available in December. The T-handle screwdriver-inspired Palm Pistol is a .38 caliber defensive gun created by Constitution Arms of Maplewood, New Jersey, is scheduled for release in December of this year after 9 years of development. The zero-bore access eliminates muzzle rise during firing and directs recoil forces directly into the palm. It can be fired using the thumb or combinations of other fingers. The planned device made headlines in 2008 when it was temporarily classified as a medical device, eligible for Medicare coverage by the FDA. Do you believe that? The designation was later rescinded by the agency. The company said the initial 500 Palm Pistols will be priced at only $1,350 each.
I think it's really
Quite
cool.
a steal, but I'm guessing it's going to be a collectible item, and 100 years from now, somebody's going to be looking at that and say, that was Chuck Schultz's Palm Pistol. We need to get that.
Oh, are you
It's
giving me a hint
probably
of your
worth
next
money.
birthday present?
No, I don't. I'm not starting to collect guns. No, it's going to happen.
I don't really understand how you would hit that with your thumb. Yeah, how you would trigger it with your thumb. Because, I mean, you're holding the thing.
Well, because you hold it like this and you squeeze it like that.
But the trigger looked like it was on the face of it. I don't know, give me that picture again. Can you give me that in like full screen? See, doesn't the trigger look like it's right there on the right-hand side of your picture? Or is it that little knob at the end?
I think it's a little knob at the end.
Oh, okay. All right, so then, yeah, all right. So you'd hold it, and the muzzle, I guess, would come out between your fingers. And
Old guy reference, and I should have something here to drink, by the way.
Yeah.
But old guy references the slot car. Remember the slot car?
No, that was you.
You hold it like this, and you press the button like that, and it would go around the track.
I think
Before
that would
they
be
came
kind
up
of a
with the
cool
guns.
gun to have. If I was going to have one, something really freaky like that, that would be me, yes.
Really freaky.
Yes.
All right, well.
All right. So, sandwich chain Subway has agreed to start measuring its 6-inch and foot-long sandwiches as part of a settlement agreement in a class action lawsuit. The settlement proposal states the Milford, Connecticut-based chain has agreed to measure its sandwiches to ensure they measure up to the advertised 6 and 12-inch lengths after a 2013 lawsuit accused the eatery's wares of falling short. The lawsuit was prompted 2 years ago by Australian Matt Corby's viral photo of a foot-long Subway sandwich next to a ruler showing it just barely stretched to reach 11 inches. The settlement proposal said Subway will amend franchise protocols which had previously allowed for a small tolerance in the size of a foot-long sandwich to require the subs to reach the full 12 inches. The proposal said Subway will also carry out inspections and penalize restaurants where the sandwiches fail to meet the standard. Subway also agreed to pay up to $1,000 in compensation to the plaintiffs and cover the $525,000 in legal fees. I'm thinking it would have been cheaper just to give the guy a new sandwich.
Wow. Yeah, if he had walked in and said, you know what, I'm missing an inch. Sounds like a personal problem, but I would have still gave him the 12 inches. I would have gave him another sandwich and said, here you go, here's an extra.
Yeah.
Here's an extra 11 inches.
Exactly, and save yourself $526,000.
Correct. That's a lot of dough. And it's not even the $1,000 you had to pay, it's the $525 legal fees.
Yeah.
While the lawyers walk around, walk away yucking.
Yeah, laughing their
Laughing
butts
themselves
off.
sick to the bank right there. Wow. Well, a junior foreign exchange trader at Deutsche Bank in London likely blew his chance to become a senior foreign exchange trader after mistakenly sending $6 billion to a U.S. hedge fund. While his boss was on vacation, the worker dished out a gross value rather than a net amount in a wire transfer in June. The so-called fat finger mistake, which is essentially a data entry error, wasn't spotted under the bank's 4 eyes principle, which requires 2 people to review each trade. It also occurred just a day after the bank announced its latest corporate restructuring. The hedge fund returned the money the next day, but Deutsche Bank could have faced insolvency had the hedge fund refused to send it back. I would not have sent it back. And either way, at the same token, that's not a clerical error. That's somebody who made a mistake.
That's a dope who shouldn't have that higher paid
That's
job.
correct. If you're going to be sending out that kind of cash, you've got to have some degree of, capabilities. I would
Yeah,
think.
$6 million gross, what is that, or $6 billion gross, whatever, what is that, the net of that work out to be?
600,000, even if it's $600,000, that's still a lot of money. Even if it's $60,000, it's a lot of money. Even if it's $6,000, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So just adding a handful of zeros
And
at the end of
then,
that.
to add insult to injury, the other bonehead who was supposed to check his work didn't catch it either.
Yeah. If the other bonehead, the other two eyes was really on it.
Right, they probably just, yeah, whatever, it's signed.
Exactly. Yeah, okay. I got to get to work.
Right, exactly.
I got to go to
Coffee break.
Oh, wait, I got a text. Hang on a second.
Exactly.
Focusing, people, focusing. That's what it's all about, okay? The
All
real
right.
world.
Moving right along, an Oregon man is awaiting a grand jury investigation after he was arrested on auto theft charges while wearing a T-shirt reading, "Warning, I do dumb things." 23-year-old Rashawn Josiah Garrett, whose last known address was in Portland, fled in a stolen car in the Portland suburb of Gladstone. After a high-speed chase, he ditched the car and fled on foot in the High Rocks Park area, where a police dog named Nero sniffed him out hiding in a bush. Garrett was charged with 2 counts of attempting to elude law enforcement, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, and possession of a stolen vehicle. I'm thinking the dumb things that he does, actually, he probably does a lot of them. 1, he's got the shirt, and 2, he hid in a bush. There's a dog tracking you.
Well, dog tracking you. You don't stop.
Well, yeah, that too.
Keep moving. I mean, you stop, the dog's going to find you. That's just,
Well, he's going to find you no matter what. They can run faster than we can.
Well, that's very true. But, if they got to tow the cop that's holding on to them.
True.
And they don't run as fast as the dog does.
No, exactly.
All right. So let's take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, though, because when we come back, we'll have our entertainment update in the weeks, this week and next week, a game of fact or fiction, and a whole bunch of other stories you won't want to miss.
Hey, this is Chris Less Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
This is Joe Larson. You should check out the 505 on Racing Show live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or catch us on video on demand anytime, 24/7, only on the InRavio TV network.
Village Music Shop of Mastic. 1-800-HEY-DUDE. Your full-service store with personalized attention, school band instrument rentals and sales, music instruction on all instruments for all styles and age groups, for guitars, drums, amplifiers, PA systems, and accessories. It's Village Music Shop. 1495 Montauk Highway in Mastic. Call 1-800-HEY-DUDE or go to villagemusicshop.com. The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
What's up, guys? We're Scano Fair, and we're here with InRavio. If they catch you at a show with one of these bracelets, you will win $100.
That's a lot of money.
So get a bracelet.
Do whatever it takes to get that. Hit them up online.
Welcome back. So we're going to see what's happening in this week's see what's happening in New York. That's fun this week and next week. Rick Eberly, let's go.
Hello, hello, hello everyone. Yes, that was 3 hellos. That's how excited I am. Welcome to This Week and Next Week. I'm your man, Rick Eberly, back yet again to fill your upcoming weekend with laughs and fun and excitement and fun and even more laughs. This weekend's full of cool events though, so it shouldn't be too hard. Let's see what we have. First, we have a very special show at the Emporium in Patchogue tomorrow as Jeremiah himself drops by the building to make sure all the ladies are tingly and making sure all the fellas are jealous. Tickets are just $20 in advance and the party starts at 10 p.m. Be warned though, there will and always is a strict dress code at the Emporium, and yes, it's going to be enforced. So brush the dust off your iron and make an effort. You look like a mess. Next, we have a unique show at the Paramount in Huntington this Friday. Everyone's favorite cowboy comedian, Rodney Carrington, returns to the island once again to tell the jokes you're ashamed to laugh at. I mean, his special is called Here Comes the Truth, so you know there's going to be some moaning in the crowd. The show is at 8 p.m. with tickets starting at $40, and the whole event's sponsored, of course, by the Paramount Concert Series, Comedy Series. What else do we have? What else do we have? Oh, how about Grunge Superstars Garbage at the Space in Westbury this Friday night? Oh, you like that? Well, let me tell you more. This genre-defying group has been around for years, blowing minds with their unique combination of sounds and visual aesthetics, and they're not cutting any corners for this special show. GA tickets are just $45, and the show starts at 8 p.m. You'll want to be there when doors open at 7, though. I mean, this is the band Garbage we're talking about. Finally, get your fill of A-plus hip-hop at Webster Hall this Saturday as the Underachievers, Hoya and the Buffett Boys, Kirk Knight, and Bodega Bam stop by to tear down the building. The following artists are at the top of the hip-hop scene, poised to explode any day now. GA is just $22, but for $55, you can snag the Forevermore Express VIP package, which gets you a GA ticket, a meet and greet photo with the Underachievers, a tour shirt, a signed tour poster by the act, and more. Claim your spot now and check these acts out before they blow up and start selling tickets for hundreds, because that's where they're headed. Hundreds. Anyway, that about wraps it up. Be sure you're catching up on all the latest New York events by following @InRavio on Twitter, liking our posts over at facebook.com/InRavioWeekly, and checking out InRavio.com. Also, be sure you're keeping up with me over at RickEberly.com, @RickEberly on Twitter, @RickEberly at Instagram. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you next week.
That's right.
Thanks, Rick. All right. Good job, Rick.
Now, it's the moment we've all been waiting for.
Is it?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
Right? No?
The Long Beach Film Festival.
That's right.
Oh, well, our own Sarah Martin was at the Long Beach Film Festival.
That's
And
right.
she caught up with Jay Bird over there at the Long Beach Film Festival. Let's take a look.
InRavio.com.
Hi, my name is Sarah Martin. I'm here with InRavio Television, and right now I have the pleasure to introduce Joanne J. Bird Phillips. How you doing today?
How are you today? Nice to meet you.
Very, very good. Nice to meet you as well. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing here today?
Well, I'm on the creative advisory board of the 4th Annual Long Beach International Film Festival. I'm an associate producer of a horror film called Knock Knock that was picked up by Lionsgate a few years ago. I'm a Harkey-endorsed professional rock bass player. I have a 501c3 nonprofit that supports performing arts and music in New York education. And I have 2 web TV shows, Jamming with Jay Bird, which is about the arts in New York, and Strong Beach Chef, which is about celebrity chefs and unique restaurant situations.
Wow, so you wear many hats?
I certainly do.
And what would you say is your favorite out of all the hats you wear?
Oh, rocking out on stage.
And where can people find your music?
Next month, October 18th Sunday, I'll be performing in front of 10,000 people at the annual Oyster Festival in Oyster Bay. That's the largest waterfront festival on the whole East Coast.
All All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Absolutely. And this is Sarah Martin with Radio TV.
InRavio.com.
Wow, I feel so underinformed. I had no idea she was such a big deal. I mean, she's a really nice lady, but I had no idea that I would have fawned over her a lot more had I known.
She's got a lot going on.
Yes.
You know, I found with the Long Beach Film Festival that everybody there had a lot going on. I know that Jaybird did. She's got her hands in everything. She's busy. But yeah, it seems like a very up and coming type of a place to be for sure.
Yeah, it was a great festival.
It was.
I would have loved to spend more time watching the movies.
Yeah, it would have been nice to be able to be there with the crew a little bit more, but I think we only went 2 days.
Yes. Yeah, we were only able to make 2 days.
Yeah, it's we got camera crews all over the place, so it's hard to be there every day. I know there's a lot of these film festivals are a whole week, 7 days, maybe 8 days on some of these. So there's a lot going on. So it's tough. It's tough, but hopefully next year we'll be there a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Awesome interview by Sarah Martin with Jaybird. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. All right, so you want to move on to some more funny stuff?
Sure.
All right. So there's a new artist in Australia who is starting to get some press due to his interesting technique. Tim Patch, who failed out of art school in London in the 1960s. Years later, he was inspired to try something new with his art by a show called Puppetry of the Penis. I'm sorry, I am getting so verklempt here because of the technical terms. So anyway, he decided to try painting with his penis, and so Picasso was born, believe it or not. The performance artist will be appearing at London's Sexpo this November. Incidentally, due to a no nudity policy, Sexpo had to acquire a special art concession license, and Picasso will be the first person to be naked in the Olympia. Sounds like something to add to your resume there. If that wasn't enough, he says he also uses his testicles and his behind to paint by dunking them into the paint pot. Oh. All painters sign their paintings, and Picasso is no difference. Since he doesn't use his hands, he inserts a real brush into his urethra.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that story, and I'm like, Kyle, are you picking these?
No.
All right, I just want to know who's pulling these suckers out of the hat.
I watched a video of him painting.
Really? You had to watch a video of this?
I watched a video of him painting. You don't actually see it. He is turned away.
Does he have his hands on his hips?
No, he actually uses it like a brush. He dips it into the paint, and then he
So he uses his hand to dip it into the paint?
Yes.
How big is this thing?
I don't know. You couldn't see it. But he says he has to actually...
Does he throw it over his shoulder when he steps back to take a look at how to...
No, he has his own personal fluffer to make it...
He has a fluffer that he brings along with him?
No, he is the fluffer.
Oh, he is the fluffer.
Yes.
Well, that's just not good.
Well, he has to make it so that it's...
fluffy.
More accessible to paint with. But yeah, he holds the canvas in one hand, real close to himself.
So the question is, does he take long, broad strokes? I mean, when he paints, I mean, what are we doing here? What's going on with this world?
I don't know how he does it.
Who thinks of this?
I don't know. But then the paint pots he has are actually rather small. I don't know how he gets his butt into it. But then he gets his butt in there, and he puts the canvas on his backside, and he puts a big butt print in it, and then he signs his name in the big butt print.
Really?
Yes. Now, not for nothing, this guy is...
So do you have a Picasso at home?
No, I do not.
Hanging on your wall?
No, I do not. He's actually not a bad painter.
Not a bad printer, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's not a bad painter. I mean, it's not great, but, it's... What he sets out to paint, you recognize it. You know exactly what it is.
If I was going to plunk down $25, I'd rather get one of those guys that spray paints in the city. You see the paintings that they do?
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm not, penis paint. I don't know if I'm going there.
No, I'm not going there either. But I have to say, now granted, I watched the video, okay, and I saw the pictures of this guy, and I'm not sure if the pictures that we put up actually show this, but you have to figure this guy failed out of art school in the 60s. So what is he? In his
100?
60s? He's probably in his 60s.
Yeah.
Do we have a picture of him sort of from the back? Was one of those pictures from the back? I don't know. Okay, it's not too bad. The guy's got a pretty decent behind for a 60-something-year-old dude. And, you know, they're kind of like caricatures, but they're not awful pictures.
Yeah.
So I have to congratulate him for having a pretty nice body for such an old dude.
He's an 80-year-old guy with the butt of a 70-year-old, and, you know, kudos to that, you know.
Well, if I have to find the silver lining in the story somewhere, that's what it is. He's got a nice tush.
That's what you're bringing to the table.
What else good is there?
Oh, good Lord. Well, anyway, while we're in that, you know,
That genre?
While we're under the bus, let's crawl a little further under there, I guess. It's October, and everyone has heard of Oktoberfest, right?
Of course.
Well, Riley's in Syracuse, New York, has created their own version, but this one is not about beer. It's about testicles. And not just any testicles, free testicles.
Well, we're going to have them. They got to be
They're
free.
lightly breaded, deep-fried testes from buffalo, bulls, boars, sheep, goats, with a side of ranch dressing. That makes it palatable.
Absolutely.
Of course. You know, ranch dressing goes great with everything. Riley's has hosted the Testicle Festival for decades. It's so popular this year that the restaurant just had to order 40 more pounds of balls. The festival favorites are bull and bison. As for the gratis gonads, the owner says, if you can't have fun with balls, then, well, I guess you can't have fun. So we don't ask people to pay for them. If you've ever wondered about the taste, they found that the description is cooked there they look a lot like a chicken nugget with a softer consistency, maybe like a fried scallop. The taste is a little meaty, with the breading providing a good deal of the flavor.
So if most of the flavor comes from the breading, then you might as well just have deep-fried breading.
That's what I'm thinking. It's kind of like eating a clam, where you really like the breading, and the clam, you're like, okay.
Yeah. Or a lobster, where you really like the butter.
Well,
Really,
really,
all you
that's
need
what
is
it's
bread
all-
dipped in butter. Same kind of
that
thing.
too.
So we get deep-fried breading with some ranch dressing,
And
done.
dip it in butter. Everything's better
And
with
then
butter.
about 3 seconds later, have a heart attack.
Wait a minute. Wrap it in bacon, dip it in butter. We're good.
Deep fry it, and then dip it in ranch dressing.
There you go.
Sounds like
Take
a
a
good
bite
meal
and
to me.
then you're out.
Yes.
Hit you with the paddles. Clear. Right? Why is all the good stuff bad for you?
Because it's delicious.
No, that's not a reason for why it's bad for you. I'm just saying, why is all the good stuff bad?
I don't know, because that's just the way it is. All right, this next story, you're going to love the pictures.
Oh, geez.
You're going to love it. No, this has nothing to do with balls, so you're okay.
All right, brace yourself, people. This one's a bird-brained one.
Ted Richards loves his parrot so much that he had his face and, believe it or not, his eyeballs tattooed to look more like them. If that wasn't bird brain enough, the 56-year-old resident of Bristol, England, went even further by having his ears removed in a 6-hour operation. Richards was quoted as saying, "I think it looks really great. I love it. It's the best thing that has happened to me. I am so happy, it's unreal. I can't stop looking in the mirror. I've done it because I want to look like my parrots as much as possible." You should add on there, "I'm crazy." But anyway, the retired shoe factory worker may like his new look, but admits he had a hard time keeping his glasses in place until he had 2 small metal pins added to the side of his head. Richards has given his, believe it or not, his severed ear tissue to a friend who will, quote unquote, appreciate them, and has set his sights on another flight of fancy, finding a surgeon who can turn his nose into a beak. Is there even anything you can say about that story? Other than I had absolutely no idea you could tattoo your eyeballs.
So you mean to tell me, he needed pegs in the side of his head to hold his glasses up. Why didn't he just go with the monocle? He could have been like Mr. Peanut.
Yes. Or wait a minute, doesn't Toucan Sam have a monocle too?
Toucan Sam, maybe.
I think he might.
He could have
Does
been right
Toucan Sam
home
have
there.
a monocle? They don't have any idea. He doesn't?
No.
No? I could have.
We're getting the nod of disgust from the booth. They're saying no.
Okay. Well, I had no idea you could tattoo your eyeballs. I thought once you puncture them, they just kind of.
Well, I'm thinking, ow, no matter how you slice
Well,
it and
yeah,
dice
no,
it. I
of
mean,
course, but
If you put your fingers in your ears, is that what it sounds like when you have no more ears? Because the ear
No.
helps you have the sound.
No, that's not what it sounds like.
So you call him, hey, Ken, huh?
No, he has no idea where you're calling from because the ears focus and get the direction. The actual outside of the ears gets you the direction. It like funnels the sound in and gets you the direction where it's coming from.
Okay.
So you can go, Ted, and he'll be looking around because he has no idea where it came from.
Okay, well.
Yes. Okay.
Wow.
So we're going to take another quick break. Don't move, though, because when we come back, we have a racing update with Joe Larson, another game of Fact or Fiction, and more Halloween makeup tips and tricks when we come back.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there. And we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
Hey, I'm Raul Panther.
And I'm Commander B. Hawkins.
And I'm Rich Weller. We're some of the Proto Men. If we see you without this bracelet, you get punched in the But if you have this bracelet from InRavio.com, you can win $100.
Put one of these on, or else.
For over 60 years, Hansen Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hansen Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansenCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hansen Carpet has got you covered.
Welcome back. So it was an exciting week in the world of NASCAR this week. I didn't get to watch the race. I don't know what happened. But let's catch up to it with 5 Off, 5 On's update.
This is Joe Larson with the 5 Off 5 On Racing Show at InRavio.com. If you missed last week's show, you missed our discussion about the Modified Tour with its decreased car counts, increased cost, and no growth in the payouts in the purse structure. We congratulated Whelen Modified Tour champion Doug Coby in the close points battle going into the Thompson Motorsports Park final tour event where 4 points separated the top 3 drivers. Dina Oberio, PR director and announcer from Mahoning Valley Speedway, called in to talk about part 1 of the recently held Oktoberfest, with part 2 coming up this week. Tune in Monday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time to hear about the Talladega results and who will be advancing to the Eliminator round in the chase for the Sprint Cup. We will have results from the Eastern States 200 at Orange County Fair Speedway in Middletown, New York, And we also discussed banquet etiquette as the banquet circuit will begin in November. Tune in next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to catch all the racing action only at enravio.com/live. You can also follow at Enravio on Twitter and like our posts over the facebook.com at 5 Off 5 On. We'll see you next week.
All right.
Thanks, Joe.
Yay. All right.
Awesome update. Always keeping us in the know.
In the race and no.
In the race and know, and the camera crew will be out this week again. I think they'll be at Orange County Speedway, upstate New York. Joe and Kevin, the racing camera crew, and see what they come back with.
Cool. All right. All right. So, okay. So we're going to continue our ongoing Halloween makeup segment and show you a few cool ways to make your Halloween a little spookier. So let's see what happens.
Hey guys, Sarah Martin here, and I wanted to welcome back. I'm very excited to have Rob Uller back again. The reason why I'm super excited is because I'm actually going to be his next victim. He's going to put special effects makeup on me. He's a special effects makeup artist and an actor, so I can't wait for him to get started. Explain to us a little bit about what you're going to be doing to me today.
I'm going to slit your throat.
Oh, that's awesome. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Using Knox Gelatin, household good. And if not, it's a supermarket away. Okay, we're gonna start. I have around a little over 8 ounces of water. I'm gonna microwave. We have some Russian blood to use today. We have some thick scab blood to use today. I'll get some packets of Knox Gelatin open. Okay, then we're gonna use around half of that. Start off a little bit of that. And mix up with a fork. I'm going to be using a tongue depressor that you get out of any first aid kit to apply this particular cut.
Delicious. Just like this.
You've been great.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for being here, Rob. And hopefully you can join us next time. This is Sarah Martin, and have a good day, guys.
Sarah is such a good sport.
She is, right?
Yeah. Just ruined that shirt. Just completely ruined it. It was like red and sticky and gooey and oh. But yeah, no, she's a good sport.
Yeah. Well, she kind of likes that stuff. She's into the
Oh, I know.
part of
She's
it.
into the horror stuff. Absolutely.
An actress and a director and things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So let's kick it into another game of Fact or Fiction. Okay, our first story. It was reported that Pope Francis donated several articles of clothing to needy refugees. Fact or fiction?
I would say fact. But apparently, according to the teleprompter, it's fiction.
Really? See, I would have think that was something that he would do.
Right?
Yeah.
You would think.
Absolutely. Okay.
Does he wear regular clothes, or has he got the robe thing going on all the time?
I don't know.
You ever see him in a pair of jeans and a
No,
T-shirt?
Not anymore. No.
Yeah, right?
No. Now he's just totally in robes.
Man
I
of the
don't know.
cloth.
Maybe he does, in his off time. But when he is out and about in the public, he rocks a pair of jeans.
I don't know.
Okay. So, U.S. experts refuse to warn of any new health hazards until Americans deal with the current backlog. Fact or fiction?
I would say fact, because it's that crazy.
All right, let's see. Is it fact? It is
It's
fiction.
fiction.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? We're not going to tell you about the Ebola outbreak because you haven't figured out how to handle the common cold.
The bubonic plague. You're still
when you
working
figure
on
out
that.
how to
Yeah.
cure the common cold, we'll tell you that there's an
Work on that, get over the hump, and then, after the weekly show and the hump day thing,
Yeah.
we'll tell you what's going on with when the bugs bite you and what kind of diseases they're carrying.
And then next week, we'll tell you all about the Black Plague.
The Black Plague.
Oh, okay. Prime Minister Netanyahu was accused of absolving the deeds of Hitler, claiming he only sought to expel the Jews, not hunt them to extinction. Fact or fiction?
I'm sure it's, I don't know, fiction?
It's got to be fiction. It's a fact. Okay. Netanyahu claimed that Nazi leader Adolf Hitler only decided on the mass extermination of Europe's Jews after receiving input on the matter from Jerusalem's then Grand Mufti, Haj Amin al-Husseini, a Palestinian nationalist widely acknowledged as a fervent Jew hater.
I would never have picked that up.
No, not at all. All right. We're going to take one last quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up with a few more stories. I've got a couple
And
across the pond ones.
We've got to talk about the Back to the Future Day, which is October
yeah, we didn't even
21st,
talk about that.
2015. So we'll talk about that as well.
Okay. We'll be right back.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
Hey, I'm Raul Panther.
And I'm Commander B. Hawkins.
And I'm Mert Will. We're some of the Proto Men. If we see you without this bracelet, you're punching the But if you have this bracelet from InRavio.com, you can win $100.
Put one of these on, or else.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Welcome back. So do you want to get into the stories, or do you want to talk about Back to the Future?
Let's go to the Back to the Future thing.
Okay. Go ahead.
So apparently October 21st, 2015 was the date that Marty McFly came back to the future. That was the date he went into the future. And, of course, when they went in there were flying cars, they had hoverboards, they have the shoes that,
Tie for you.
tie for you, automatic tie shoes. They had the flat screen TVs, which we do have the flat screen TVs. But some of the other stuff we don't have. But I think the hoverboard thing they're kind of close with.
Yeah.
They kind of are in the ballpark.
They're working on it.
Yeah, working on it. And there is a kind of a flying car that they're working on as well. It's that helicopter one. It's supposed to fly automatically and land for you. And it's got helicopter blades that come out of it, two of them that come out of it, flies for you and lands. But, so you would think that we'd be a little further along by now, don't you think?
Well, the Cubs might still make the World Series.
Well, that might happen. We'll see.
Maybe.
That'd be interesting if it did.
That would
So
be
now what's the story now? Basically, everything from Back to the Future now is not in the future, it's in the past,
That's right. After today.
after today.
Yes. The entire movie is in the past as of today.
Nothing from the future anymore.
Then we go back to Star Trek as being the future.
So we got to
stuff.
make it Back to the Future 16.
Or we
gotta
don't
make
need Back to the Future 4.
Oh, we got to start like a whole new,
Or you need to do a reboot?
yeah, some sort of a whole new, brand new, I don't know, something else, called something else. Of course, you can't use Back to the Future.
No. Exactly.
From the past.
Oh, boy.
Got to come up with something, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good movie.
Yes, it was.
Good franchise.
All right. Is that all you got?
That's all I got. You got any
Okay.
more?
All right. Well, I got some more stories.
Okay.
A petition with more than 15,000 signatures calls on Australian officials to raise the value of their currency by changing the name to Dollary-Doos. The Change.org petition, authorized by Thomas Probst, calls on Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull and other political leaders in the country to give a boost to the country's struggling dollar currency by rebranding them Dollary-Doos, a term used in the 1995 episode of The Simpsons. Probst wrote, due to global commodity prices plummeting, the Australian economy is also struggling. That's why we need something to stimulate the Australian economy, and that something is changing the name of the Australian currency to Dollary-Doos. This will make millions of people around the world want to get their hands on some Australian currency due to the real-life Simpsons reference, driving up the value of the Australian currency. If the leaders of this great nation have any common sense at all, they will introduce legislation to Parliament to change the name of our currency as soon as possible. So please sign this petition to get our nation's leaders to finally act on this important issue. The petition had 15,200 supporters as of early Friday afternoon. And in case you were wondering, if you didn't see the episode, the term Dollary-Doos appeared in an episode of The Simpsons titled Bart vs. Australia, which featured Bart Simpson making a pricey collect call to an Australian home to ask which way the water spins in their toilets. The family's father receives a bill for the call and exclaims, 900 Dollary-Doos! That's where it comes from. I'm not a Simpsons fan.
Don't have a cow, man.
Yeah, that and what? Eat My Shorts? Isn't that his?
Eat My Shorts, yeah.
Other than that, I know nothing about The Simpsons. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of Simpsons
No, it
myself,
doesn't work for
yeah,
me.
Dollary-Doos.
I can't imagine them actually changing the name,
The
of their
name
money.
and having people going, I got to get some Dollary-Doos. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen.
God, I hope not.
Yeah, that would be freaky a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, frustrated with the current U.S. presidential hopefuls, an American man has written to Queen Elizabeth II asking her to take back control of America in a bizarre request that the monarch politely turned down. The letter was addressed to both the Queen and the Prime Minister, David Cameron. On behalf of American people, he said, I urgently implore you to take us back, the letter read. Clearly, the options we have to lead us aren't up to par. Again, please, I beg of you, make the United States of America a colony of the United Kingdom. For further reasons as to why this is such a necessity, a drastic step, I refer to tonight's Republican Party primary debate. Thank you. God save the Queen. The letter was quoted as saying by The Independent. The letter was sent on September 16th when 11 frontrunners for the Republican presidential nomination had gone head-to-head for 3 hours on CNN. The Queen's deputy correspondence coordinator wrote, I have been asked to write in response to your recent letter to the Queen in which you express your views about the American government. Whilst your views have been noted, you will appreciate, I am sure, that there can be no question of the Queen's intervening in the affairs of another sovereign nation.
I don't know. Should we kick that person out of the country?
I would say yeah.
Yeah.
Beat it. If you really like, the United Kingdom, well,
But see, the thing is,
go.
The monarchy in England, they don't actually rule. They have a whole different government structure.
But do I care? If he really likes them, go. Knock yourself out.
I think it would be kind of cool to have our own royals. I mean, they don't do anything anyway.
Really?
Yeah, they don't do anything. They're just there as figureheads.
So would you like to be a royal?
Oh, absolutely. With all the money and the jewels and the castles, yes, I want to be a royal.
I don't think so.
No?
I'll look at you from afar.
Why don't you want to be a royal?
Because I don't.
Why?
I don't want people looking at me all the time. It's bad enough they're looking at me now.
Okay. All right.
I think, I'm good.
You're good?
I'm good.
Okay. We've actually gone over our time.
Really?
Really, yes.
What is wrong with us? Got to thank all the people that helped out for the show, the Glory Days guys, Joe, Jay Bird,
Absolutely,
Sarah
Jay Bird.
Martin, our makeup artist.
Robert Uller.
So many people that helped out and were jumping in. This was a feature-packed show, and boy, I tell you, we didn't take a lot of breaks.
No.
So, check us, check us out again next week, Wednesday, 7 o'clock. And, we, should be, straight on time there.
We'll have all kinds more stuff. We're going to have more Long Beach stuff. We're going to have a segment for Fire Safety Month. We're going to have all kinds of stuff. So you definitely have to come back next week.
October
and
is
check
a
that.
busy month.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. So I think that's it for us for tonight. Thank you for watching. Of course, thanks you to the guys in the booth, Eric and Kyle, for all of their hard work. And check us out on facebook.com/InRavio Weekly. And we'll see you next week at 7 o'clock. See you later. Bye.